Today in the workshop, I want to share a small but fun experiment. Building a DIY antenna that starts with nothing more than 2 nail clippers. It sounds strange at first, but that's how DIY works. Simple parts can do a solid job if you understand the basics. And in this video I'll work and explain at the same time, so you can see why this setup actually works. Next, I add a positive electrical plug, a very familiar part, but in this DIY antenna it plays an important role, because this is a piece that connects the signal receiving part to the signal wire, keeping the connection clean and solid instead of doing a loose, makeshift hookup. And to make that happen, the first thing I do is take this positive electrical plug apart piece by piece, loosening everything while looking at its internal structure, just to see which parts one can reuse to route the signal in a clean and solid way. At this stage, using 2 cable pieces is necessary, since I need them to connect the signal receiving part to the positive electrical plug, making sure the signal follows a proper path, while keeping the whole connection solid and easy to manage during assembly. You probably wouldn't expect this, but yes, I'm using 2 nail clippers as a signal receiving part. The reason is simple. They're made of solid metal, they clamp firmly, and they provide a stable contact surface. So when positioned properly, they work surprisingly well as signal pickup points, easy to secure, no complicated machining needed, yet still capable of feeding the signal back in a consistent and reliable way. To make sure the captured signal doesn't leak or scatter, I wrap electrical tape tightly around the joint between the cable and the nail clipper, locking the contact in place while also reducing interference and signal loss. It's a simple step, but doing it carefully makes a noticeable difference. This is just a simple piece of wood, but I use it as a base to secure the positive electrical plug and the two nail clippers, keeping everything stable, organized, and in place when I start testing the signal. Once the antenna base is ready and stable, the next step is preparing a coaxial cable to connect this DIY antenna to the TV. It's a familiar part, but doing it the right way makes a real difference to the signal quality. So follow along and watch how I handle cable to keep everything clean and working properly. In my hand right now is a straight F connector attached to a 90-degree F connector, and this combo is especially useful when connecting to a TV, since it lets the cable bend naturally without kinking behind the TV, reducing strain on the connector and helping keep the signal stable during use. Just to have you as a witness, the TV isn't connected to the DIY antenna yet, so it's currently showing a no signal screen, which is perfectly normal. As soon as I connect the DIY antenna to the TV, the screen picks up a signal right away, which is pretty satisfying to see, but to know whether it's truly stable, we'll need to watch it for a bit longer. Up to this point, I haven't noticed anything negative happening. So now I'm going to unplug the connection and plug it back in, just to test it further and see if the signal reacts any differently. So in the end, starting from two very ordinary nail clippers, the kind of everyday items most people wouldn't even think about, we managed to build a DIY antenna that actually works in real use. There are no expensive components here, no complicated machines, just a matter of understanding the basic principles, choosing suitable materials, and taking your time with each step. For me, the best part of DIY isn't about making something look impressive or professional. It's the satisfaction of turning simple things around you into a device that truly works, carries a real signal, and gives a clear result. And if you watched this far and thought, yeah, maybe I can experiment and build something like this in my own workshop, then this video has already done exactly what it was meant to do.